right, listen, I'm gonna talk to you about this so-called voter fraud, and we're gonna clear this thing up. This is what's happening. This is what actually happened. For the first time, you had so many mail-in ballots that it gave a lot more people the opportunity to vote who normally would not either take advantage of it or it just made it so much more convenient for them to do so. Now, a lot of people have to travel in order to vote. Not everybody is in a place where the place where they vote is just right up the street. Like it doesn't take me any time to go to a place where I can vote. But a lot of people in the United States have to travel a while, maybe even 20 minutes or so to get to a voting place. And a lot of people don't have transportation like that. So mail-in ballots made it easier for them. Not only that, but it also cuts down of them standing in line. A lot of people are elderly or disabled. People don't think about that. And then a lot of people can't afford to travel, and they don't have anyone to watch their kids or watch care for someone that they're taking care of, who is elderly or disabled. I mean, and the time, people have jobs. Some people have 2 jobs. They just don't have time to be traveling, and then they have to travel to get there. Then they got to wait in line. I know I waited in line for an hour. Some people wait in line for longer than that. And then you have to travel back. People just don't have time to do that. Now, the absentee ballot made it easier for them to do it. A lot of people also would have thought that, oh man, absentee ballots is too much trouble. They probably think they're gonna mess it up, and it's not even worth them even doing it. But the commercials and maybe people who came knocking door to door telling them, hey, it's easy, we're gonna show you how to do the mail-in ballot, and they made the instructions easier. It was just easier to do so. All right. Now, also, the reason why they're saying the mail-in ballots are fraudulent is because this is just something that Donald Trump came up with. And the reason why he came up with it, because he knew that the amount of people who were going to vote were going to be Democrats. I don't know how they knew. I don't even research that, but the research has shown the people who mail in their votes tend to vote Democrat. This is what they said on Fox. This is what they said on CNN. This is what they are saying. And people who tend to vote Republican, not everybody, but most Republicans tend to come in and vote. Right? So when they had this pandemic come and no one really wanted to go out and stand in line with a whole bunch of people because they could catch COVID, mail-in ballots was just great. This is what they wanted to do. This made it easier. Now, for Donald Trump to say that he was ahead and then all of a sudden he started losing, well, this makes it the evidence even more so that people who voted by mail-in ballots tend to vote Democrat, because they started counting the mail-in ballots after the other ballots were tallied. So yeah, he was ahead, and then all of a sudden he was not ahead because they started counting the mail-in ballots. And both news organizations, Fox, CNN, and other news organizations, already said that Democrats, the people who mail in votes, tend to vote Democrats. So it made nothing but logical sense. So for him to say, it's voting fraud because he was ahead and now he began to lose, it just made sense. They already said the mail-in ballots tend to be Democrat. And if they counted those last, then yes, then now your lead is going to start to diminish or be overtaken. And that's exactly what happened. So no, everything was fair and square. So I want you to think about that. Logically, there was no voter fraud.